ज्यादा लोग ही हैं बस मीटिंग में। 14।
Namaskar, hello and welcome to this very special commemoration of the spirit of noble nurturing teachers. And today being the end of the calendar year 2023, we felt to recognize some of the doyens in the field of education, and at a time when the entire nation is soaring high for a commitment, for a aspiration of a Vikasit Bharat, for a developed India. We at Rethink India feel that academia, the fifth estate, has to play a much bigger role in this striving further and forward. So we welcome you all our Nobel nurturing teachers for the year 2023 for this very special commemoration out here. We sent out an invitation to entire academic fraternity, especially the K-12 schools across, to nominate the honorable principals to nominate their noble nurturing teachers who are instilling a very high level of effective intelligence in their pupils, the openness to experience freedom of crippling restraints and impoverishing inhibitions, uh, the aesthetic sensitivity in the students at large, the cognitive flexibility, independence in thought and action, uh, a high level of creative energy, unquestioning commitment to creative endeavor, and unceasing striving for solutions to difficult problems. So, this was the context into which we invited the elaborate nominations from all across. And the central purport was we wanted to felicitate the noble nurturing teachers who are actually attuning their students to the aspirational academic footprints and creative characteristics of the Nobel laureates who have, as we all have seen in the Nobel Week, which culminated on 10th of uh, December, uh, to extend the greatest benefit to the humankind. So this larger spirit of the larger empathetic spirit which is bestowed in our Nobel laureates out there, and we felt that it is in the classrooms that the spirit of Nobel laureates is created. And as we saw that selflessly how these academic doyens commit for decades and decades of academic research, academic studies, academic teachings, and then they emerge as some kind of globe changers by their discoveries and all those stuff. So I would like to invite Dr. Surbhi, the president at Rethink India, whom you have been in touch as well, to formally welcome you all on this occasion.
Very good morning to all. This is to welcome our revered faculty members from various schools and honorable principals and all those who are watching us live, to witness the ceremony of the noble nurturing teachers, the spirit of the noble nurturing teachers. And teachers are the foundation of it all. The NEP 2020 has emphasized amply upon, and we all know and feel the sentiment deep within our hearts, that the faculty, the gurus, the teachers need to be felicitated, need to be recognized for all their great contributions, the day and night, the research, the hard work which they're doing with the students is all something day of reckoning and recognition.
So before we initiate the formal commemoration, I would request all the, I would say, noble nurturing teachers present to switch on their cameras for a kind of a group commemoration first, and then we will go on with the elaborate citations, elaborate felicitations of each one of you. So if you can just open up your cameras at the very start, and we can have you all in one go before the commencement of this ceremony out here. So Subhajoy Ghosh sir, we welcome you. Vinay Viswas sir, welcome you sir. Amrita Gaur Surup ma'am, Ruma Chakravarti ma'am, Nidhi Dimri ma'am, Mathi sir, Asit Mathi sir. Maybe I will just rename. I can remember. I can just rename him Asit Mathi sir because Zayami Asit might be, yeah. So if others also can join in, so the collective commemoration, the whole spirit of Nobel nurturing teachers, if Sumita Acharya ma'am and others can also join in. That will be really great. I would just uh, yes. So these are the I would say we have got nominations in almost all fields of Nobel discipline. We all know that Nobel prizes are given in the six disciplines across. So we have got the highest number of nominations in the field of literature. Three faculty members, three teachers in the field of physics, and three in chemistry, the equivalent part of it all. And then the I would say it's all the economic world. So two teachers, Nobel nursing teachers from economics, and one each from the field of medicine, physiology, biology, as we say, and one from social sciences. Uh, that's what is there. So starting and moving forward, so the first and the foremost, we would now like to felicitate Madam Sumita Acharya, who is a faculty of literature at Birla High School, Kolkata. And as we can see that there is a geo inclusion as well. We've got nominations from the highest comes from the intellectual capital of India, which is Kolkata, undoubtedly. And then we have received nominations from Delhi, the political capital of the country, and also some from the down south, Bangalore as well. Madam Sujata Jairaman comes from there. So, yeah, I think Sumita Acharya ma'am is trying to join in. Uh, so let me have her first. Yeah, some technical issues. So let me read out the elaborate citations. Let me welcome Madam Reema Pant. Ruksubi, we have Ma'am Reema Pant with us.
Yes, Rima.
Yeah. So a very lovely citation, a very lovely recommendation note as we have received from the Honorable Principal, Madam Parul Tyagi, expressing as to what makes Madam Reema Pant a Nobel nurturing teacher in the field of literature. And I would like to read out, and Miss Reema Pant has been working in Tagore International School, Vasant Vihar, as the TGT English for the last 11 years. And with an experience of about 2 decades in the field of education, Ms. Pant has truly proven to be an exceptional educator, consistently demonstrating a passion for English literature and language that is infectious and motivating. She approaches teaching with enthusiasm and creativity and has an exceptional ability to connect with her students at a personal level. Over the years, she has successfully handled many portfolios in the school, and she has been the editor of the school magazine and has also been the part of various international exchange programs of the school. Beyond teaching the students, she has also conducted workshops, namely teaching listening skills and CCE reforms and updates uh, for teachers in the Army Public School, Lucknow. Her involvement has greatly enriched the overall school experience for both students and staff, in addition to her exceptional proficiency uh, in English language, which she has used to train students for extracurricular activities such as literary clubs and writing competitions. She has also confidently differentiated instructions to provide personalized support to students with special needs. In the course of years, she has taught students with diverse learning needs, like the ones with dyslexia, auditory processing disorder, along with students with various kinds of visual impairments. In her career of 20 years, many formal recognitions have come her way. She has felicitated with outstanding head teacher of the year 2020 by AKS Education. She was conferred with the prestigious Outstanding Value Mentor Award in 2021 by Zenic Learning. She was also awarded for innovation in teaching strategies in English by the Progressive Teacher Journal in the year 2017. She received an award for excellence in teaching by Career Launcher in 2009. And her innovative teaching methodologies, coupled with patience, empathy, and willingness to go the extra mile, has resulted in a remarkable transformation in the way students approach and appreciate the English language. So let me welcome Madam Reema Pant from Tagore International School, Vasant Vihar, Delhi. to accept this token tribute to her long-standing as a teacher of literature for 2 decades and counting as a Nobel Nurturing Teacher 2023, Madam Reema Pant.
Thank you so much, sir.
Yeah, ma'am.
I am truly humbled
Sorry, ma'am.
here, and
Yeah.
with great pride and humbleness, I accept this honor, and I'm really thankful to Rethink to reach out to people like us. Appreciation is always welcome, and of course, it boosts our morale. It energizes us to move forward with equal fervor. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Uh, Indeed, pleasure. And why we started with the domain of literature is so very important, which we want to impress upon. Very recently, a lot of, I would say, a global conversation has come on the forefront of artificial intelligence, the large language models, which have come all the way, and a lot of concern has been expressed at the global level that how AI is going to take over the human civilization at large. And the scholars are putting across that language remains, the natural language remains the operating system of the human mind. So it's somewhere very pertinent that the role of literature, the role of language, which the language faculty members are pursuing, are taking it forward. It's beyond the classical aspects of evoking or expressing the human emotions. It will go a long way in as Madam Reema Pant's citation says that the approach and appreciating the English or whatever natural language we are into, because discerning between an artificial intelligence and a human intelligence is certainly going to be a challenge going forward when we have the chat GPTs which can respond to many of our natural queries just as if a human is sitting at the back of it all. So this is where the context of literature, it emanates so very well in this utilitarian age, because somewhere or the other the question, the central question has been as to what is the use of literature. The language learning per se has kind of taken off a backseat. So somewhere we felt to give the literature faculties a kind of a prominence, and then try to evoke the very centrality of language, the very centrality of literature as the OS of the human mind over there. So very many congratulations, Madam Pant, and we would really, I would say, acknowledge your great contribution to the field of literature and instilling that spirit of literature learning in your students at large. Moving forward, rather backward, I would say we would like to now acknowledge Madam Sumita Acharya from Birla High School, Kolkata, the honorable faculty out there, to be a Nobel Nurturing Teacher 2023 for attuning her students to the aspirational academic footprints and creative characteristics of the Nobel laureates, committed to extend greatest benefit to the humankind. And I would request Dr. Surbhi to read out very elaborate and enchanting citation of Madam Sumita Acharya, which has been authored by Madam Loveleen Sahgal, the Honorable Principal at the Birla High School, Kolkata. Dr. Surbhi.
Ms. Sumita Acharya has been in Birla High School for 2 decades as an English teacher and HOD in the English department. She has the ability to inspire a love for language and literature amongst her students. Her dedication to nurturing strong communication skills and innovative teaching methods that engage learners is an integral part of her as an English teacher. Her role has her role in fostering our critical thinking and creativity through literature analysis and writing exercises amongst the students has always yielded remarkable results under her capable guidance. The English results in the board exams have been commendable each year. She has given herself wholeheartedly towards the co-curricular development of the students by training them for inter-school debate competitions and other literary events. She also conducts personality development sessions for senior students for the past many years to help them have a better understanding of their talents, capabilities, and behaviors, and to help them leverage this understanding into growing their personal, social, cultural, and professional capabilities. This year, she spearheaded a 2 day literary fest. The Echoes of Expression, the first of its kind in our school, wherein not only did it entail the students showcasing different aspects of English literature, but also the vernacular versus Hindi, Bengali, German, French, and Sanskrit. A special mention must be made for her efforts in cultivating a supportive and inclusive classroom challenge environment that encourages students to express themselves confidently through language, thus preparing them for the challenges of a changing world in the 21st century. She also has a proven record for implementing rigorous and practical strategies that lead to raised pupil achievement. Ms. Acharya is independent in thought and action and has a positive demeanor with a willingness to learn and contribute towards the betterment of her pupils. She is very professional in her attitude and has a good rapport with her colleagues and students. She has edited almost all publications of the Rashtriya Military College from 1999 to 2000 and has been part of the team that designed the official school website for Birla High School, Kolkata 2003, and the Platinum Jubilee Souvenir 2015-16. Ms. Acharya has been a liaison between Birla High School and press, both print and electronic media. She is a head examiner for the CBSE AISSC and AISSC English examination. Her hard work resulted in her being awarded the Best Teacher Award for overall performance of the year 2008, Best Teacher for Integration of Technology in Curriculum Transaction, and Award for Extraordinary Effort during Online Teaching 2021, as recommended by Honorable Principal Madam Loveleen Sehgal.
So as we can see, the centrality of the language faculty out here, that whatever futuristic skills we all talk about, and the interdisciplinarity of the multiple disciplines, I think literature is the melting point of it all, because language is the foundation whereby all the disciplines emanate and emerge out here. So we request Madam Sumita Acharya to accept this token tribute and also illumine, also express her views on the forum.
Uh, am I am I audible?
Yes, ma'am, loud and clear, please.
Thank you so much, the organizers, and also Ma'am Sehgal for her kind words. Being recognized and acknowledged always feels very good. I definitely feel very inspired to better my skills, and of course, I would like to work even harder to contribute in whatever little way possible to make education enjoyable and a love for literature, the languages, to be alive in children and in my students, and of course, the larger student fraternity. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am. And what elaborate set of, I would say, engagement by the instrument of literature, and that is so very encouraging and so very enchanting. Moving forward, we would now like to felicitate yet another literature faculty from the intellectual capital of the country, Shri Subhajoy Ghosh, who serves the Delhi Public School, Mega City, Kolkata. We have Subhajoy, sir. Yeah, we have with him. And so let me do the honors of reading out his elaborate citation as recommended by Sir Sanjay Bhattacharya ji. And this is a very unique citation that Sir Sanjay Bhattacharya ji has known him from his earlier stints, and he is serving in the center of India, Chhattisgarh MM School, Raipur. But then he chose to recommend Subhajoy Ghosh for being a spirit of Nobel nurturing teacher. Mr. Ghosh is a senior school English faculty at Delhi Public School, Mega City, Kolkata. His love for words, both the spoken and the written, landed him at the University of Calcutta, from where he earned an MA in literature in English His areas of interest include modernism and postmodernism, gender studies, and modern European classics. His unwavering love for language and literature, dedication in developing communication skills among his students, and innovative learner engaging methodology in the classrooms have made him one of the most popular facilitators of the institute. As a 21st century facilitator, as he loves to call himself, Subijoy keeps channelizing the energy of the children towards critical thinking and creativity, the pressing needs of modern day living through literature analysis and writing exercises. He leaves no stone unturned to foster the language skills of the children. His relentless micromanagement efforts have shown remarkable vocabulary enhancement, improved sentence construction, and confident presentation and body language in his students. Mr. Ghosh is an independent and free spirited individual with a positive approach towards life and living. He's always open to unlearn and relearn for the betterment of his pupils and the institution. He exercises outright professionalism and shares a congenial relationship with all his co-workers. He's an active member of the school's Interact Club, which enables him to contribute to the social welfare of the city. Also, over the years, he has been shouldering the responsibility of organizing the uh, Carnia Wells events of the institution. Subijoy has been a supervising examiner as well as an evaluator of the Council of Indian School Certificate Examination. He has been an active contributor to and participant in various magazines, e-magazines, seminars, and webinars. He loves to scribble verses when free and is also a published poet who has been awarded on numerous platforms. So we also like to take this opportunity to felicitate Mr. Subhajoy Ghosh as a Spirit of Noble Nursing Teacher for the year 2023. Over to Subhajoy, sir.
Thank you so much. It is indeed a privilege to receive such a recognition from the organizers. What I can share is my journey has not been one marked by a destination, but rather an endless expedition into the realms of understanding. The richness of experience has only served as a stepping stones for greater horizons of knowledge. And I believe a truly successful educator recognizes that their own learning as a perpetual voyage. It is an acknowledgement that the world evolves and so must the tools and approaches employed in the classroom. The humility to embrace the fact that there is always more to learn and become the driving force propelling us educators forward. So thank you once again to all the organizers, as especially to Sanjay sir.
Thank you, Subhajoy, sir, for such a lovely acceptance token. And this exemplifies your very commitment, not just to the field of literature, because literature evokes thinking. And as Sanjay sir has mentioned, that free and independent thinking is so very central to learning. And literature is somewhere the cornerstone where we can really impregnate the seeds of creativity, which is so very important these days. Amidst the quad of literary faculty whom we are felicitating this, I would say, this year-end morning, we would now like to invite Madam Ruma Chakravarti as a Spirit of Noble Nurturing Teacher and a very phenomenal literary faculty and an academic in her own right. Madam Ruma Chakravarti is a senior English faculty at Sushila Birla Girls School in Kolkata. Teaching is both a profession and a vocation for Madam Chakravarti, who has been working as a teacher for 27 long years at her present school for the last 15 years. And Madam Chakravarti teaches senior and senior secondary classes. She has an MA in English and a BA degree. Teaching is but one of the many hats donned by her. A painter, a poet, a compulsive storyteller, Currently, she is in the process of writing a compendium of short stories, poems, and translating a reputed author's English short story anthology to Bengali. Her poems and short stories have been published in 8 national and international anthologies like Seasons of Life, The Unspoken Words, Shakti, an anthology of women power, Israel Iswal, under the ages of Lit Roma, an alumna of Loreto School, St. Xavier's College, and Calcutta University, an intrepid traveler, an example of the argumentative Indian, an inquisitive learner to boot. She's a quintessential Renaissance woman, and some of her great achievements we would really like to read out. And as a part of her citation, she received the Litroma Nari Samman in 2021 for excellence in the field of literature, received the Best Emerging Artist Award in 2021 from Mani Karnika Art Gallery. She secured the 27th rank in the All India ranking of poetry competition conducted by hashtag Kalakar this very year, 2023. She inspired students of class 7th to write and publish short stories, which has numbered 11 till date at with breebooks.com. She was sent to Kunming High School, China, as a delegate to teach English as a foreign language to both students and teachers alike. She coordinated an online cultural exchange program between students of Daejeon Norman High School, South Korea, as a teacher in charge of the quiz club in 2017. She conceptualized Harry Potter themed quiz, Quizzitch, commemorating 20 years of J.K. Rowling's eponymous, eponymous creation in July 2017, have been awarded with a trophy for significant contribution towards co-curricular development of students in 2012 in present School of Work. She has been in charge of the school quiz club from 2008 to 2020. Under her aegis, two students, Shruti Roy and Avantika Gupta, bagged the first runners-up trophy in the National German Quiz Competition held at DPS RK Puram, New Delhi, way back in 2011. She penned a script for Wizard of Oz, an adaptation for annual concert in 2008, innumerable skits and plays for Children's Day celebrations, and she has been at the helm of public speaking and debating in school since 2020, and has prepared students to ace open debates conducted by Calcutta Debating Circle. And Madam Koili, there is truly in fascination with Madam Ruma Chakravarti in really elaborating upon her great literary persona out here. I would request Madam Ruma Chakravarti to accept this token tribute and address the forum out here. Madam Ruma Chakravarti.
It always feels good to be awarded, and it seems like a small pat on the back in our long journey to perpetuate literature. And as you so correctly said, Sanjay sir, with a major incursion of AI, the validity, or rather the efficacy of teachers, seems to be put at question. However, I would like to reiterate here that it is an operative system, and therefore you need operators. I would like to recognize myself not as a teacher per se in today's day and date, but as a facilitator. And I believe that, the role of literature can never be dimmed in a society that is facing many perils of, I would say, humanitarian disorders. So therefore, as a teacher of literature, as a facilitator of literature, I feel very glad and honored to receive this privilege from such an august organization such as yours. And I would like to also congratulate my peers who here have won the same award as me. And I would like to say that this comes as a shot in the arm for all of us who are looking to face the new year and the new challenges that the new year shall bring with a renewed vigor and enthusiasm. Thank you so much for this wonderful, wonderful citation.
Thanks a lot, ma'am. And at this very juncture, I would like to throw this invitation to all the, not just the literary faculty, but the entire galaxy of Nobel Nurturing Teachers, that Rethink India would be commemorating the new calendar year as a Literature Week 2024 around the central theme of literature in the age of large language models of AI. And since the linguistic appreciation, literature ignites imagination, it induces a thought tempest, evokes enlightenment, it reverberates us with the cosmic reverberations, artistic analysis, it tickles tenacity, unfastens conflicts, rigorous reflections and experiences of endurance. And as Madam Ruma Chakravarti and others from the field of literature have so very humbly said that they would like to call themselves as facilitators, more than teachers in this advanced age. So I would like to throw upon this invitation to all the four literary faculties whom we had the honor to felicitate this very Sunday morning, the last Sunday of 2023, to be to address this literature week. And we would be sending you invites formally through your emails and WhatsApp to be the inaugural speakers and explain in greater details as to what your teaching styles, what your innovative pedagogies, and what Madam Ruma Chakravarti has very beautifully summed up, that any operating system, after all, needs an operator. So this nuanced distinction of a human operator operating whatever complex machine, whatever complex system, I think that is the sum and substance of it all. And it takes away all the security threats for which Prime Minister Sunak and Vice President Kamala Harris and the entire European world convened AI Security Summit at the United Kingdom. So perhaps our language faculty, our spirit of Nobel nurturing teachers of literature do have, I would say, the kind of security or the kind of endurance to move forward in the age of artificial intelligence, the large language models which we are witnessing going forward. So a hearty invitation to you all. Formally, we will be sending you invites over there. Moving forward with the other felicitations we would like to do this evening. So from the field of literature, we want to move on. Yeah, Suparna Mukherjee ma'am has raised her hand. Please, ma'am. Yeah. You want to come in? Yeah. You wanted to say something, ma'am? Okay, perfect. So from the field of literature, we want to move forward to the field of social sciences. Nobel Prizes are also awarded in the field of peace. Now, peace doesn't map directly to any of the academic subjects per se, but then we at Rethink India feel that the entire gamut of social sciences, which really empowers a kind of career in public discourses, is so very important. The intertwined field of social sciences somewhere maps with peace, and this is a year when India led the entire Group 20 presidency, and as a part of the New Delhi Leaders Declaration, which was without a footnote in the history of G20, the 83 clause long the New Delhi Leaders Declaration had a special section on the 4 Ps in the ongoing global conflicts. We have two front global conflicts going on, one on the Russian-Ukrainian theater and the other on the Israel-Hamas in the Middle East. So without naming any of the country, any of the warring parties, India presented her Ajat Shatru step. India has always been a peace broker, and many of the great generals India has in the past, in the entire annals of history, India has waged peace as various invaders have waged wars on the world at large. So we would like to felicitate Madam Kopila Sharma, the Honorable Social Sciences faculty at Tagore International School, Vasant Vihar, Delhi, and reading out her very illustrious citation, her recommendation note from Madam Parul Tyagi. The mind is not a vessel to be filled, but a fire to be ignited. Do we have Madam Kopila Sharma?
Madam Kopila Sharma is there with us.
Yeah.
I think she'll get to switch on the camera.
Yeah, ma'am, if you can switch on your camera, I can put you on the spotlight
Good morning,
and then read
everybody
out your...
here. I'm really sorry as I'm traveling. and I have a little one together with me, so I will not be able to, and there is some network issue.
Okay, okay, no issues, ma'am, no issues, no issues at all. So the mind is not a vessel to be filled, but a fire to be ignited. This aptly captures the essence of Madam Kopila's approach to social science education. With her experience of 6 years in Tagore International School as a social science TGT, she is far from being a dispenser of facts. She is a skilled facilitator, igniting in her students a passion for understanding the world around them. Her classroom transcends the confines of brick and mortar, transforming into a dynamic space where learning is alive and interactive. Virtual field trips transport students to the heart of historic events, while role playing exercises bring abstract concepts to life. Nearpod's interactive quizzes become engaging journeys of discovery, and the classrooms hums with the collaborative buzz of students tackling real-world problems through project-based learning. Her pedagogy is a tapestry woven from diverse threads. Inquiry-based learning empowers students to become active participants in their own education, formulating questions, conducting research, and drawing their own conclusions. Cooperative learning fosters a spirit of collaboration and critical thinking as the students learn from each other and hone their communication skills. She stands not just as a teacher, but as a mentor, a guide, and a friend. She continues to ignite in her students the will to continue to burn brightly, illuminating the path towards a more just and equitable future. So, with this, we welcome and would like to bestow upon the Spirit of Noble Nurturing Teacher title on Madam Kopila Sharma. Madam Kopila Sharma.
Thank you for the recognition. I really feel honored. Acknowledgement like these motivates us to do even better and bring out the best in our students. Thank you so much.
Okay, so we'll excuse Ma'am Kopila. She's traveling with her family. So we would have
Thank you
loved
so
to
much.
hear longer from her because somewhere or the other, social sciences is becoming the fulcrum. On one side, we have the literary faculty, which invokes the fundamental curiosity and creativity in the young learners, and social sciences perhaps gives the window to the larger disciplines, the physical sciences, which will be coming shortly, the other disciplines over there, and how they intertwine and the human life gets enriched by these all disciplines. So maybe at a different occasion we would learn as to what are her teaching pedagogies, a kind of a elaborate deliberation. Moving forward, we would like to now felicitate the word of economics. Today is the entire domain, in the Indic tradition, we have the Chatuh Purusharth, and out of which the very central Purusharth is Artha. Now, how you are driven by Artha, the fulfillment of kamanas, the fulfillment of desires is only done by the Purusharth of Artha. The only thing is that the Indian thought says that that kamana, that desire has to be somewhere anchored into dharma. And it should be also aimed at a moksha, the liberation of your own self, atmano mokshartam, and jagat hitayecha, the moksha of the entire community, not just being selfish alone, but also for the larger, greater good. And this is quite in the spirit of Alfred Nobel, who invested his entire, I would say, wealth to the cause of to honor the greatest benefit to the humankind. So, Madam Samira Malhotra, the Honorable Faculty of Economics at Tagore International School, Vasant Vihar, Delhi. Madam Malhotra has been teaching economics at Tagore International School, Vasant Vihar, for the past 9 years. Her love for the subject is so infectious that she can hook anyone onto Keynesian theories. Uh, if we can have Madam Malhotra, I can spotlight her. And models and make them realize just how fun economics can be. Her classroom is not limited to the textbooks and notes. Rather, her lectures connect topics in the syllabus to the events of the real world. She ensures that her students stay up to date with policy changes and budgetary plans of the nation to see real time implementation of economic ideas. No question is ever too silly. So, this is the indemnification Madam Malhotra's classroom presents to the young learners because she is ever ready to answer them. She provides her students with a lot of creative flexibility in the way they present their work and even in what mode. She pays close attention to the learning needs of each student and modifies her teaching methods for maximizing learning and understanding. Even students who don't study economics are delighted by her warm presence and open attitude, which makes her a teacher in a more holistic sense. Discussion and debates are lively in her classes, and she encourages this. There really is no dull economics class when she is teaching. So, this is the honorable call of Madam Samira Malhotra, whom we would like to bestow upon the title of Spirit of Noble Nurturing Teacher 2023. As I have been told by Dr. Surbhi, perhaps she has been not been able to make it, but we bestow upon this honor in her absentia as well. So moving forward, yet another stupendous faculty of the domain of economics. And economics was not the original of the Nobel Prizes. It was later in 1960s that the Schweizerich Bank of Sweden, it started an economics prize in the memory of Sir Alfred Nobel. So, Madam Suparna Mukherjee, I think we have Madam Suparna Mukherjee, and ma'am, if you can open up your camera, I would like to read out your citation in your visible presence to the forum. Madam Suparna Mukherjee. Madam Suparna Mukherjee, if you can open up your camera. So, yeah, the moment she will come, I will switch on. So, Madam Loveleen Sehgal has gone to elaborate length to talk about the noble nurturing aspects of Madam Suparna Mukherjee, Faculty of Economics at Birla High School, Kolkata. The very first, I would say, the statement says that she breathes and sleep economics at Birla High School. She joined the school in 2024 as an economics teacher and went on becoming a coordinator of the higher secondary section. With pure dedication and passion to her subject, she ensures that each and every student is nurtured and academically uplifted, exhibiting qualities such as deep understanding of the subject, the ability to explain economic concepts in a clear and relatable manner, a talent for making abstract theories practical through real world examples, dedication to fostering critical thinking and analytical skills, and the encouragement of debates and discussions to explore diverse economic perspectives qualifies her to be truly deserving to be recognized as a Spirit of Nobel Nurturing Teacher 2023. Furthermore, she leaves no stone unturned to give extra classes and remedials to her students. So she's an empathetic economics educator to her students at any point of time. She also extends her support by giving online classes beyond school hours, especially to the underachievers. She tirelessly works beyond school hours to ensure that not only do her students benefit from her classes, but the systematic coordination of the senior section is in place. As an economics teacher, she is updated with the current economic trends, and her ability to relate these trends to classroom discussions is commendable. Having taught economics in classes 11th and 12th for the past 20 years, all our students have passed the CBSE board examination with very high scores in economics, and several students have even secured 100%. Yeah, we have got Ma'am Suparna Mukherjee. Yeah. So, ma'am, if you can open up your camera, we would be honored to read out the rest in your visible presence, if possible. Yeah.
Actually, sir, I'm trying to, but I guess there is some
Yeah, no worries, ma'am. We will move on. We will move on. So vocal word is more powerful than the visual one. Though we have loved you on the camera.
Yeah,
So
I'm trying
most of
from a
our,
long time, but I guess there is
yeah,
some,
some
technical
technical issue we understand very, very well, ma'am. But
Yeah.
your spirit is resonating with all of us, and we can see your lovely face on the citation out here. So thank you.
Thank you, sir.
So her students have made big, and this is so very important. I would say the whole contentment of an educator is, after all, what kind of students they have sculpted over their long career in education. So most of our past students are very, very well placed, either pursuing higher studies or professional courses in colleges in India, or are working in reputed companies. Some are investment bankers in renowned institutions. Some of them are working in eminent posts under the central government's financial and economics departments. She earns a deep respect, and this is very, very, I would say, much more than this formal veneration of Madam Suparna Mukherjee, that her students they have chosen, the former students have chosen to create a Suparna Mukherjee fan page on social media, and there cannot be a better tribute for an educator than this. With this, I would like to invite Madam Suparna Mukherjee to accept this token tribute from this forum and also address the forum. Ma'am, Suparna.
Thank you so much, sir. It is a great honor to be here, part of this meeting and this entire award ceremony. It is from a teacher's point of view, actually the most uh, prized possession, you can say, is that when our boys, when our students, I tend to say boys because I'm teaching in an all boys school, when our boys or our students do well in life. So it is a great pride for me today that that this is being recognized, and thank you so much to the organizers as well as to our principal, ma'am Sehgal, for recommending me for this award. Thanks a lot, and it's a great learning experience for me as well to be a part of this forum and to be part of this audience and to listen to the achievements. Though I cannot be seen here, but I'm trying for a long time to get my camera on, which I don't know why it's not happening. But I do hope from my heart I'm able to reciprocate the feelings that I am carrying. Thank you so much.
The privilege and the honor is entirely ours to have such a venerated educator in our midst. And we at Rethink India have been advocating almost for a decade now, from rooftops, that the fifth estate, the academia, it's the foundational state, and it is the agency of our educators which has built and which would be building a glorious nation out there, because it is this, I would say, very selfless work of our educators which chisel the youngsters for I would say, for donning the various roles in I would say, various national agencies, various national pursuits. So what is done in the classrooms of the country today, I would say, becomes the insurmountable prowess of the nation tomorrow. So very many congratulations, ma'am, and we are thankful for your
Thank
passion,
you.
for your commitment with which you are really creating. And India has probably won some of the largest out of all the Indian Nobel laureates. I think the domain of economics has been quite noteworthy,
Yes.
and perhaps some of your students really go up to that level of economic theorization sometime in future, that they really bag, and that would be a really proud moment for the Nobel nurturing teacher in the likes of Madam Suparna Mukherjee over there. Congratulations once again, ma'am.
Thank you so much, sir.
Forward, like moving from the domain of literature to social sciences to the field of economics, now to the more concrete, I would say, which we all talk about it, and post the COVID era, the whole focus on physiology, the whole focus on the field of medicine, and our president, Dr. Surbhi, who happens to be a medico from the All Indian Institute of Medical Sciences, she will vouch for it. The importance, the pertinence of it, and in today's technological era, at the advent of the fourth industrial revolution, where all human technologies are converging, people are going back to the human body, which is a near perfect machine, as we can all call it, that all the technologists like us, they try to study the human systems to replicate into whatever machines or systems we try to build upon. I would like to welcome Madam Chetna Sahani. I think we have her with us. Ma'am, if you can switch on your camera, I would like to spotlight you. And yeah, ma'am is here. Ma'am Chetna Sahani, if you can open up your camera, ma'am. It's Ma'am Chetna Sahani. Yeah, I think I have received a chat message. Just a moment. Okay, no worries. So, what makes Madam Chetna Sahani a Nobel nurturing teacher in the domain of physiology, biology, as we call it, and the field of medicine? And Madam Chetna Sahani joined Tagore International School, Vasant Vihar, 12 years ago. A firm believer in the dictum that a teacher's purpose is not to create students in her own image.
Yes, ma'am is there with us.
Yeah.
She's joined. Just on the camera.
Okay. So that would be a privilege to spotlight her. Yeah.
Yes, just a moment, sir.
No worries, ma'am. Yeah. So, so she's a teacher. She believes that the purpose of a teacher is not to create students in her own image, but to develop students who can create their own image. I think this sums it up, the entire Nobel nurturing spirit out there. Madam Sahani teaches her students how to think as opposed to what to think. She's a compassionate educator who makes special efforts to integrate a variety of pedagogies for differentiated learners. She designs her lessons creatively so as to provide the students opportunities to be proactive and share responsibility for their learning. Pack activities, art, constructivism, Edward de Bono's hats are some of the many approaches used by her to build critical thinking and problem solving skills in her learners. Tactile models for visually challenged students, fallen leaves, wilted flowers, twigs, newspapers, waste materials, all find a way into her classroom, which make the students look forward to each lesson of hers. The class science exhibition, initiated by her, has become an annual event in the school. A willing worker, she has always voluntarily helped in the annual visual arts exhibition and other programs organized at the school. She has also led the students in executing projects like waste segregation, and Joy of Giving for the National Design for Change Challenge Initiative. Both the projects brought the students a lot of local and national recognition. Madam Sahani was the finalist at the national level of the National Innovation in Teaching competition in 2015. With a dedicated and meticulous working style, Madam Sahani keeps herself updated with the latest in educational ideologies and pedagogies. So this is a very nice combo of ideologies and pedagogies and applies them effectively in her classroom. This enhances the innate abilities and skills of a gifted students. Respect is reciprocal. And Madam Chetna Sahani, with her demeanor, has earned herself the love and confidence of teachers, students, and most importantly, parents. So I would like to request Madam Sahani to accept this token tribute for being Spirit of Noble Nurturing Teacher 2023 and address a bit more about how she is bringing so innovative pedagogies in our biology classrooms. This is a very curious thing to note out here. Over to Madam Sahani.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. I was trying to switch on the audio and the video through my laptop, but again, there was some technical hitch. So now I am on the phone. So, hello.
I think you have to unmute yourself, ma'am, once again. Yeah.
Hello, sir. Am I
Yeah,
audible?
please. Yeah, ma'am, you are audible. Please, ma'am,
Okay.
please.
Uh, Sir, the credit goes to the institution where I have worked, and I have been working for the last 12 years. The kind of freedom which is given to me to implement, to try out any new pedagogy, any new skill, any innovative pedagogy. So that is what gives me the confidence as to what is best for the learners. So that is just the motivation, and I'm thankful to the institution for giving me such a free hand to go about my classes in my own way. So it has resulted in, inculcating a good scientific temper in my students, which at the end of the day is what puts a smile on my face and which motivates me to work even harder the very next day. So thank you, sir. Thank you, Rethink India, for such an honor. It is such an honor and a privilege to receive this award. And definitely, again, I would repeat what Ma'am Ruma has said. It is a shot in the arm, and it will motivate us furthermore to work hard and implement new pedagogies which are there in store for us in the next session. Thank you.
Thanks a lot, ma'am. And it's indeed an honor and privilege for Rethink India to have felicitated you largely as a Nobel nurturing teacher, because it's the spirit of the educators which actually nurture the entire bottoms of educational ecosystem. As in the Rethink India parlance, we see that while there is a global NEP, the National Education Policy, has the potential to further into a global economic policy, the institutions by and large like the Tagores and the Birla Hais and the Sushila Birlas and the other BML Shishyas, they are converting that national education policy into an institutional education policy. And further drilling down, it becomes an individual education policy with educators like you who are distilling it down, delivering it across classroom by classroom and class by class, and really creating the, I would say, very supercharged students, pupils who are really bestowed with a 360-degree view of life. And as we can see in your lovely citation, the plethora of innovations, the plethora of experimentations which you are doing in a biology classroom is simply stupendous. I think this entire session, the kind of work with each one of you from literature to economics to social sciences, whatever each one of you is doing is truly a addition to that anthology of national education policy, the experimentations in education, what are being done all across. So thank you so much, ma'am, for
Absolutely. And I would also like to come in here and add, that biology per se, the subject in itself involves so much of interlinkages and, so much of visualization. What Madam Chetna Sahni is highlighting, that, creating the visual impact in the students, because, the diagrams, the mind maps which you create in various concepts, they go a long way with you even when you become a doctor or do you pursue your medical studies or your future graduation in biotechnology or any of the fields of biology. So so this is of course to really applaud and really appreciate Madam Chetna Sahni for your great efforts in instilling the biology values in your students.
and the way
Thank you,
biology
ma'am.
has gone all the way at the micro DNA level, gene editing and all kind of innovations which are being recognized by the Nobel committees. And it's perhaps the convergence of the sciences, if we can say so. The physical sciences, physics, chemistry, all kind of things are really converging into the biological world. The human body has really become, and in fact, in the Indic tradition, we used to say that the human body used to be the instrument in itself. In the various darshanas, the shad darshanas, what we have got, the Kanadas darshana, that हम लोग आंतरिक भाव से, यौगिक प्रणाली से हम लोग अपने शरीर को ही एक इंस्ट्रूमेंट बना के कॉस्मिक ज्ञान को प्राप्त किया करते थे. आई थिंक दैट्स अ सब्जेक्ट मैटर ऑफ अ डिफरेंट एरा, बट that is from the physical to the metaphysical level, the transcendence, what is happening out there. So moving forward, we would now like to come to the domain of physics, the I would say the physical reality, the dominant reality which is all around us. And we would now like to felicitate Madam Sujata Jairaman, the Honorable Faculty of Physics from Shishya BEML Public School, Bengaluru. And Madam Sujata has been in Shishya BML Public School for the last 6 years and 9 years as a physics teacher and the head of the department in the science department. And uh, she's a methodical teacher. She's a methodical teacher and very sincere, reliable, and dedicated towards her duties. I have been put up in a chat message that Madam is traveling, so she won't be able to switch on her camera. But still, we will say there is nothing awkward per se. If at all you are in any circumstance, so that is the beauty of technology. We would love to see your background that way and and honor you in your visible presence out here. So she is very organized person who builds the bond with her students like a guardian and a mentor. During the COVID challenge, she completely overhauled her courses to provide students with an online experience that was the perfect mixture of asynchronous teaching strategies with flexibility in learning the course content while still having access to real-time lessons and help. She has always been a dedicated person with a firm intent to improve her teaching skills since she started her career with SBPS years back. Her ability to connect with the students is commendable. Her way of teaching is exceptional, and the techniques she uses in her teaching are highly recommended by students, colleagues, and parents. She's a pioneer in conducting extracurricular activities in the school. Overall, she has all the qualities of an ideal teacher. She also has a proven track record for implementing rigorous and practical strategies that lead to raised student achievement. Madam Sujatha is always independent in thought and action and has a positive attitude with a willingness to learn and contribute towards the betterment of her students. Uh, she has received many appreciations for her contribution in education in her long career as a teacher. And Madam Tejaswini Sankheshwar, the Honorable Principal at the BML Shishya Public School, Bangalore, goes on elaborate length to commemorate. I think Sujata Chairaman, ma'am, if you can open up your camera, nothing like that. I would like to invite her to accept this token tribute and also address the forum about her, I would say, deep commitment and elation with which she grooms her teachers as a Nobel nurturing teacher in the right spirit. Madam Sujata Jairaman.
Yeah, thank you, sir. But the thing is, am I audible?
Yeah, you are audible,
Yeah,
ma'am. Yeah,
I
loud and
actually,
clear.
since I'm traveling back, I'm in a secluded place, and all around there is some construction work going on. I just found one so that I can join the meeting here. Anyway,
Ma'am.
so apologies for not able to switch on the video here. Anyway, thank you so much. Thank you. I would like to thank the organizers and the committee for bestowing this honor to me. It's a great honor to have been awarded. And today is a very special day, being the year end, the weekend, and the last Sunday of the year. So, and I'm sure that the rest of my colleagues here, the winners, also will join me in thinking the same. And yeah, physics has been always thought of as a very too complex and abstract for mostly for students. And however, I feel that they can grasp the essential physics concepts with the right approach and the correct resources. And many think that teaching physics requires a lot of equipments and specialized training since it's considered to be abstract and complex. But I feel it's not that way. We can, nowadays, of course, a lot of free resources are available online and a lot of things with simple, low cost materials. We can make physics classes very interesting so that students are out of this misconception about physics. That's my take on that. There are a lot of hands-on experiments, a lot of demonstrations that can be done in class to see the principles in action. Apart from these, of course, the multimedia, or AI, whatever nowadays are there. Without that, also things can be done. Yeah. And yeah, coming to today's award, I would like to thank a lot of people today on this day. And first, foremost thing, I would say that I never had to, look for inspiration outside, because the whole of my family, my parents, both of them have been a teacher, and especially my father, he has been a very great inspiration to me. And yeah, other people whom I would like to thank are, of course, my colleagues, my principal at school, my vice principal, my management of Shishya Bemal Public School, and of course my students, who are truly inspiring me to, um, you know, do things beyond my whatever knowledge I have. They help me to go beyond that, challenge me every day, every year, to come up with new things to teach physics. Thank you all. Thank you so much. Thank you for this award today.
Thanks a lot, madam. What an exemplification of the spirit of a Nobel nurturing teacher, student with humility and hard work. And this is what is the foundation of our educational space, of which Madam Sujata Jairaman is truly an exemplar of it all, ma'am. It's indeed a pride and a privilege for Rethink India to have hosted you and bestow upon this token tribute for your very lasting contributions. That spirit of teaching and learning is so very central to excellence, not just at the school level, but at a national level per se. So thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you so much. Moving forward, we would now like to felicitate Madam Nidhi Dimri, again a physics educator at Tagore International School, Vasant Vihar. And Madam Dhimri has been, I see ma'am is there on camera. It's our privilege and honor to spotlight her and read her stupendous citation, which has been authored by none other than Madam Parul Tyagi, the Honorable Principal at the school. So we feel that it is excellence by reference, as Ma'am Parul Tyagi, she knows closely her educators, and that's how we take their authority as the, I would say, authoritative one. So Madam Dhimri has been working with Tagore International School for the last 12 years with an experience of about 2 decades in the field of education. Madam Dhimri has been teaching physics by incorporating humor and fun in her lessons. So very often, now Tom and Jerry videos, have you ever heard of in a physics classroom? So that is what Madam Dimri comes and makes it really, I would say, elating. Tom and Jerry videos, examples from daily life and TED Talks. So the entire continuum she brings to the classroom. It makes way into her lessons, which help in making even the abstract ideas of physics tangible for the students. She has transformed complex concepts into engaging lessons, igniting curiosity and fostering love for the subject. For her, subject physics is not just a part of science and scientific principles, but also an extension of spiritual manifestations beyond the limits of matter, divulging into energy which remains indestructible. And if we see the Nobel Prizes in physics for the past, I would say, couple of years, or 3, 4, 5 years since Rethink India has been commemorating the Nobel Weeks, this entire extension, this entire convergence of sciences which is happening across, it can be seen. The spirit of Madam Dimri is out there in the Nobel laureate's work, like the attoseconds experimentation which was awarded this year. This again shows that at the micro level and at the macro level, the both strands which the physicists are exploring is truly phenomenal. The spiritual manifestations beyond the conventional limits of matter. Madam Dimri emphasizes on the innovative and practical aspects of the subject by following learning by doing maxim. Her focus on the use of hands-on experiments, interesting activities, interactive demonstrations, and use of technology has elevated the understanding and engagement of her students. Her methodology is a blend of facts and analysis. She advocates the need of experiential and interdisciplinary learning and has prepared a number of students for various intra and inter-school competitions and events. She is the in charge of the electronics club of the school, and the prototypes that her students have prepared under her guidance have often found way to the national level exhibitions. Her commitment towards implementing creative and effective teaching strategies, tailoring lessons to individual learning styles, and cultivating a collaborative learning environment has helped students immensely. So we would like to bestow upon this recognition of being a spirit of Nobel nurturing teacher on Madam Nidhi Dhimri. Over to Madam Dhimri to accept this token tribute and also address the forum.
Thank you so much. I'm having a bad throat and fever. I'm so sorry. It's really an honor to be bestowed by this award, and it's really motivating. When I joined the profession as an educationist, I felt that the students, they are a little dreaded about the subject physics. And I'm sure it is complicated, initially. And then I thought of, incorporating, lot many things which the students with the children of class 9 age, they enjoy. And that's how this Tom and Jerry and the experiential learning and the activity that came in. And when they see that the physics is all around them, they start enjoying the subject. The fear of the numericals, just goes away. And by the end of class 9, they're very comfortable with the subjects as such. And in 10th, they are able to devote themselves to the subject and start enjoying the subject. And that's my motive, that if they are enjoying, the students are enjoying, the learning goes automatically with it.
Mhm.
And it's the free hand given by the school, in incorporating various pedagogies that has really helped, be it the simulation or all the art integrated activities. Like we do lot many activities, like what all is involved as physics in various Indian dance forms. That is the project we do in class 9, and that's how they learn the intricacies of physics.
Phenomenal.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for bestowing this award. I'm really thankful.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for really, I would say, bring humor and fun to the physics classroom. And at this juncture, I would like to make a note that if you have a chance to glance through the Nobel Prize portal, the official one, they try to explain those very obtuse concepts through very beautiful illustrations. The way Madam Dimri brings Tom and Jerry to the classroom. So the similar pedagogy is adopted by the Nobel illustrators to bring that I would say simplicity of comprehension with humor and fun to the common layman people out there. So this is quite in tune with the larger, the topmost elitist bastion of physical sciences, which are honored every year by way of the Nobel endowment over there. So it's indeed a fortune and a privilege of Rethink India to have felicitated an educator who is adopting such innovative approaches and bringing the dance forms to the physics classroom is yet another lovely innovation. We would really love to talk about it and have a longer session with Madam Nidhi Dimri sometime as to how physics is being taught to the Indian dance forms. That would be really marvelous over there.
Absolutely, and physics is all around us, as Ma'am Nidhi Dimri has very rightfully said. And I, as a biology student, would like to say that physics is so very important. Even in your medical studies, wherein you are studying the various dimensions of the human body, the aspects, the processes, the hormone, the physiology. The physics is operational every sector, every field of life, and that is the fun and humor with which Madam is explaining. I think this is truly exceptional. And once again, we really applaud you, and thank you for sharing your pedagogy with us.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah. So moving forward in this honor roll call, again, I would say the city of joy, Kolkata, brings us to the spirit of Nobel nurturing teacher in Vinay Viswasa at Birla High School, Kolkata. And he just has an experience of 8 years, but he has made a mark being an ace physics educator in the spirit of Nobel nurturing teacher. He joined the school in 2015 with a plethora of experience. His rich experiences have benefited the students in many ways. That is what is being testified by Madam Loveleen Sehgal. Not only is Mr. Biswas an effective physics teacher, he's also an effective class teacher. Mr. Biswas works towards giving his students a hands-on, joyful learning experience of his subject by conducting live sessions to engage his students into. He's worthy of being nominated on account of his exceptional ability to simplify complex concepts. His passion for the subject and talent in making abstract theories tangible through practical demonstrations or experiments. So much so, he eagerly conducts independent workshops for the students and even for our exchange programs when students from France visit Birla High each year. He also conducts the fun science show, and even for the exchange programs when students
A brainchild of his, a regular basis for students, the
Yeah.
fun science show to make learning fun and engaging.
So his commitment to nurturing scientific curiosity uh, and critical thinking in students' effectiveness in fostering problem-solving skills within the realm of physics is striking. Moreover, his dedication of staying updated with advancements in the field and ability to adapt teaching methodologies to cater to diverse learning styles is a commendable quality to reckon. A teacher with a vision for the betterment of the future of his students, he daily shares informative information. I think we have Binay Viswas sir. I just forgot to spotlight him and do the honors. So he's so empathetic for his students' betterment that he daily shares informative information through a specially created WhatsApp group, Engage with Science, with his students. So his good mornings start with engagements with science. An author of I Love Physics, published by Chaya Prakashini for class 10th. He's a resource person for IIT Physics Solutions with the National Digital Library of India, hosted by IIT Kharagpur, and a resource person for Vibha India, physics experiential learning workshops for students and teachers. Mr. Biswas is also an ex-physics editor for Selena Publishers, New Delhi. He mentors and guides his pupils by apprising them of many competitive examinations and looks into their participation in large numbers. And he has been a recipient of several awards, as you can read out. And Mr. Biswas has displayed the spirit of a Nobel nurturing teacher who instills inquisitiveness and curiosity in his students. So with this, I request Mr. Vinay Biswas to accept this token tribute for being a Nobel nurturing teacher and also address the forum out here.
Thank you, sir. Am I audible?
Yeah, loud and clear, please.
Thank you, sir. Honorable President, esteemed members of Rethink India, and distinguished guests. I am deeply honored to receive the prestigious Nobel Nurturing Teacher 2003 award in the physics on this auspicious 54th Punna Tithi of legendary Sir Dr. C.V. Raman. I extend my heartfelt gratitude for this recognition. It's not just an accolade for me, but a celebration of the enduring spirit of the scientific inquiry in our nation. I humbly accept this honor with a sense of responsibility to continue nurturing young minds in the pursuit of knowledge. Let us collectively inspire the next generation to reach new heights in the realm of science and technology. Thank you for this profound acknowledgement. Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am.
Thanks a lot. The honor and privilege is certainly of Rethink India to have got such a, I would say, spirited Nobel nurturing teacher of physics. It's indeed a pleasure and privilege. Moving forward, we have talked about literature. We started with literature. We went on to the field of social sciences, invoking peace. We went on to the field of medicine, biology, and one of the natural sciences and physics, the physical reality out there. But then going deeper, the charming universe, the charming cosmos of chemistry, the chemical space out there. So we have three Nobel nurturing teachers in the discipline of chemistry. And the first and the foremost, we would like to honor, we would like to put on record the Nobel nurturing contributions of Madam Vandana Sen Gupta. If Madam Sen Gupta is there with us on camera, I would do the. Huh? Ma'am had joined in earlier. Start. Okay. So I would just try to do the honors because hers is one of the most enigmatic, most elaborate citations what has been given out there. So we at Rethink India have the parampara of even I would say doing the honors in absentia as well. I think the other faculty members from Tagore International, they can probably buzz her till the time I am able to read out her elaborate citation. Madam Vandana Sen Gupta is a dedicated and accomplished individual with a passion for science education and sustainable development. So she's a person who comes with the pure natural sciences and also the domain of development. And this is a very striking part of it all, and especially when India is marching towards a kind of commitment, a national level campaign for a Vikasit Bharat Sankalpa Yatra, as we are all entering into. Madam Vandana has been working at Tagore International School as a TGT chemistry for the last 22 years with a trail of laurels in various domains. Madam Sen Gupta has consistently demonstrated excellence and leadership throughout her career. As a dedicated chemistry teacher, she has always been passionate about inspiring and motivating her students to develop a genuine interest in fascinating world of chemistry. Recognizing the importance of varied approaches to engage and captivate young minds, she has implemented several strategies to make the learning experience both educational and enjoyable. One of the key elements in her teaching approach is the integration of real world applications into the curriculum. She firmly believes that students connect better with the subject when they see its relevance to their everyday lives. To achieve this, she regularly organizes hands on experiments demonstrating the practical applications of chemical principles. These experiments not only reinforce theoretical knowledge but also ignite curiosity and excitement among the students. Understanding the impact of technology on modern education, she has incorporated various digital resources into her teaching methodology. Virtual labs, simulations, and educational apps provide interactive experiences that cater to different learning styles. This integration of technology not only makes complex concepts more accessible, but also adds an element of fun to the learning process. Recognizing the value of collaborative learning, she encourages group discussions and projects within the classroom. The exchange of ideas and the collective exploration of topics enhance the students' understanding and foster a sense of teamwork. Additionally, Madam Sen Gupta has introduced gamification elements into her teaching, organizing chemistry-related quizzes and games that turn learning into a competitive yet enjoyable activity. To provide students with a broader perspective on the subject, she has organized and led field trips to science museums, laboratories, and chemical plants. These excursions offer students a first-hand look at the real-world applications of chemistry, helping them bridge the gap between theory and practice. In celebration of the International Year of Chemistry, she orchestrated chemistry exhibitions within the school, showcasing the historical milestones and contemporary advancements in the field. These exhibitions not only educated students about the significance of chemistry in our world, but also served as a platform for them to display their own projects and experiments. In the realm of science projects, she has been a shining star. Her project on traditional oral hygiene topped the state level and was awarded by the Directorate of Education, Delhi, for their outstanding contributions to shaping educational initiatives. Taking the engagement with the subject to a global level, she encouraged students to participate in international science competitions like SIYST Expo. Their involvement in these competitions not only broadened their horizons, but also instilled a sense of pride in their achievements. As a testament to the success of these initiatives, she has witnessed a noticeable increase in her students' enthusiasm for chemistry. By combining traditional teaching methods with innovative approaches, celebrating the subject through exhibitions and competitions, and fostering a curiosity driven learning environment. She aims to continue nurturing the next generation of passionate and knowledgeable chemists. Beyond academics, a notable feather in her cap is the national level Climate Reality Project 2022 on Eco Bricks and Digital Earth Reel 2023. These initiatives not only reflects their commitment to addressing environmental challenges, but also highlights their ability to spearhead projects of national significance. Additionally, she has secured Green School Awards in 2019-2023, further solidifying her dedication to sustainable practices in education. In summary, Madam Vandana Sen Gupta is a multifaceted individual who has left an indelible mark in the fields of science, education, and sustainability. Her leadership roles, numerous accolades, and innovative initiatives underscore a commitment to excellence and a vision for a greener, more informed, and a sustainable future. So with this, we really like to bestow upon this honor of being a Spirit of Nobel Nurturing Teacher, because basic sciences have to be advanced into technological and policy-driven frontier, and this is what makes the Nobel compact and intertwined in an integral one. So whatever the physicists or the chemists try to discover, unravel, it is taken to a social sciences discourse, and it is expressed in the larger literary fields, and then it extends the greatest benefit to the mankind. The way Madam Sen Gupta has taken chemistry to the frontiers of sustainability. This is something, this is an approach which I think it is inspiring to the chemistry faculty or the other faculty members of other domains as well. So with this, we move forward, and we would now like to recognize Asit Kumar Mathi, sir. I'm sure he's with us, and we would like to do the honors by spotlighting him. Yeah, Asit sir is there with us. So, yeah. So Asit Kumar Mathi, sir, he's a faculty of chemistry from Birla High School, Kolkata. Yeah. We wait till his camera stabilizes.
So I'm trying to do that.
Yeah. So a chemist with a bucket doing some experimentation, perhaps. So
I
let
don't know.
me.
I don't know what is happening.
I think you need to reverse the camera, perhaps.
Yeah. Front camera you have to take.
Okay.
Or you swap the, I would
the
say,
image-
camera
image,
screen
yeah,
also, if the functionality is not working. So some hack would come. We will have the darshan of Asit Kumar Mathi sir till the time I'm able to read out his very illustrious citation as recommended by Honorable Principal Ma'am Loveleen Sehgal. Mr. Asit Kumar Mathi is an efficient and dedicated teacher who always adopts various pedagogy. We have Madam Sir Mathi to teach chemistry effectively since he joined the school in 1997 and went on to becoming the head of the department. A chemistry teacher whose passion for the subject has translated into engaging lessons and the ability to simplify complex theories for his students. Mr. Mathi has been instrumental in setting up a state-of-the-art laboratory in the school, keeping in mind all the safety measures as recommended by the CBSE board. Dr. Surbi, further, if you can. Yeah.
In all these years, he has spearheaded his department and reached out to help and mentor new members of the department. He is much loved by his colleagues for his amicable disposition. He has a high level of creative energy and total dedication and involvement in all school activities. His skill at various technology oriented learning processes is admirable. His leadership quality, organizational skill, and ability to maintain discipline in school are some of the qualities that set him apart. He is an influencer and has the ability to shape the young minds of Gen X. He has actively taken part in science fair, workshops, seminars, inside and outside the school. He has participated with zest in various national and international educational trips, the Duke of Edinburgh, trekking excursions, and exchange programs in China organized by the school. He was the mentor for the students of Birla High who won prestigious national as well as international competitions like BPMMQ Metal Quiz, Asia Pacific Forum for Science. Apart from additional responsibilities, Mr. Mehti is a master trainer of Intel's Teach to Future program and has trained many teachers in the school, being a Microsoft certified teacher himself.
So a lot of awards, as we can see, that his selfless dedication, the very centrality of being a Nobel nurturing teacher, uh, his dedication for hands-on experiments, fostering critical thinking and problem-solving skills, commitment to safety in the laboratory, and an inclusive teaching style that caters to diverse learning needs is praiseworthy. Additionally, his support towards student innovation, encouragement of curiosity, and effort to connect chemistry to real life applications are the key attributes that make Mr. Mathi worthy of being nominated and felicitated as a Spirit of Nobel Nurturing Teacher 2023. So we request Asit sir to accept this token tribute and also address the forum.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Actually, I think our classroom is just like a nature, where you can explore beautiful minds. And science, just like a oxygen, which sustains the life. It's give me pleasure to say that I am being called as chemistry man.
Mhm.
Now, when we smile, just look at my teeth. When we smile, 32 all out, 32 teeth, 32 all out. And it gives me pleasure to say that molecular weight of oxygen is 32. So when we smile, that means not only I like to teach with smile, I want to instill the learning with smile also. So I'm actually providing oxygen because 32. So 32 out means you smile. So you actually give oxygen. And this, thank you very much for this award, because it gives me inspiration and motivation to provide oxygen to the students. Thank you so much.
And you truly have provided that oxygen to this forum as well with this, I would say, stupendous way of putting it across and linking the, I would say, chemical numbers in such a stupendous fashion. So this is what really makes Asit Kumar Mathi sir as the chemistry man and I would say a Nobel nurturing teacher in its own spirit. So now the showstopper of this today's forum is Madam Amrita Kaur Swaroop, yet another faculty of chemistry. I think, yeah, we have Madam Amrita Gaur Swaroop with us, and I would really love to do the honors in her visible presence. And I would like to give this opportunity to Dr. Surbhi to read out her very elaborate and a very lovely citation. It is a student with so much of innovations as we witnessed in many of our earlier recipients. The kind of, I would say, activity-based learning she has introduced to the classroom is truly phenomenal. Dr. Surbhi.
Madam Amrita Gaur is an experienced teacher who motivates students to develop cognitive skills which are essential for them to gain knowledge, reasoning, and the ability to assimilate information. Activities such as reading journals, playing subject topic based games, art integrated projects, and writing stories are few useful tools that she uses regularly in her class to develop cognitive skills in her students. Many activities done by Dr. Swaroop, like toy based learning, is very important for explaining the topic in depth. Tazia cards on organic conversions, darts, directed activities related to text, bingo, dominoes card, sort, and short skits are a frequent feature in her classes. This makes her classes lively and initiates independent through processes and actions of students, leading to a high level of creative synergy. ALT, assessment, learning, and teaching in chemistry is done by using some active learning strategies like practical work projects, model making, and group discussions. These activities inculcate receptivity to accept difficult or different solutions to problems related to academic and social issues like use of adulterants, water pollution, consumption of acidic or basic food items, composition of soil for better yield of crop, and effect of tea and coffee on human health.
So she has brought in environment and healthcare so very closely in her chemistry classroom. This is truly phenomenal. Yeah.
Chemical experiments are done in the lab on a micro scale level for displacement reaction and neutralization reaction, micro titration, use of natural indicators to provide the students with the experience of aesthetic sensitivity towards nature and available resources. To enhance the interdisciplinary approach in her students, ICT and AI tools are used, namely PHET simulations, OLabs, EduCandy, Google Experiments, Java Lab, CK12 simulations, Inkle Writer, and Little Alchemy. Students are inspired to participate in inter-school science exhibitions and organize inter-house science week. These tools and opportunities help the students to think innovatively, thus leading to high academic grades. To give hands on experience, numerous field trips are planned, including virtual field trips to places like the Kitchen Laboratory. And Museo Galileo of Florence, Italy, has proved to be useful as the trip to ISRO Sriharikota to witness the live launch of Chandrayaan 3 and IIT Kharagpur. The field trips have helped in developing a high level of effective intelligence and sense of responsibility towards mankind.
So I think the plethora of experiments what Madam Amrita Gaur Swarup has brought to her chemistry classroom is truly intoxicating, and it's the most elaborate one, the most pervasive one, and the way she has linked healthcare and environment and also computing, the futuristic frontiers of AI tools and ICT, and also the field trips. I think this really makes her a truly Nobel nurturing teacher. We welcome Amrita Gaur Swarup ma'am and request her to accept this token tribute and also address the forum as the showstopper for today's ceremony. Madam Swarup.
Thank you, sir, ma'am. Thank you so much. First of all, I would like to thank my principal, Mrs. Day, for considering me worthy enough for the nomination of this prestigious award. Then I will like to extend my thanks to Rethink India for organizing an award ceremony for teachers and acknowledging our contribution and motivating all of us to start fresh and with a positive note this new year. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. And now when we come to the close of this ceremony, the close of this calendar year 2023, and I will request all of you who can come on the camera for a short open house at the last for a kind of a ceremonial group photograph. So swapping of a calendar is just a, I would say, shifting of just one page of it all. And the learning experience which we all had in these 365 days is something which will be moving into a new denominational year going forward. But the spirit, what I would say, which has been brought about in these, while the earth has moved around the sun in this one calendar year, I think the time is cyclic, the time is eternal, and the abstract concepts which we all the Nobel nurturing teachers, right from literature to social sciences to economics and to the natural sciences of physics, chemistry, and also the biology, the medicine space of it all. We all, the circadian rhythm out there. So I think today was a kind of a celebration of interdisciplinarity in its own rightful earnest, the way Subhajoy sir in his own poetical and prose and his diction. Madam Ruma Chakravarti, her insights into, I would say, the terrifying or the tempestuous word of artificial intelligence, the way she put it that every complex system needs an operator. So that philosophical view can come from a literary figure. The kitchen laboratory of, I would say, what Madam Amrita Gaur Swarup presented, it's truly phenomenal. The first chemistry experiments we perhaps do every day, 3 times a day for that matter. And the oxygen, the way Asit Mathis brought about, we are smiling the chemical number and the 32 opening. So the linkages is all so very phenomenal. And it is this spirit of Nobel nurturing teachers, which you are all invoking in your students. And we really hope and feel that the representative section of Nobel Nurturing Teachers would inspire the entire fifth estate across the country, who are really toiling so very hard in the classrooms, day in, day out, sculpting the future of this nation. So our immense gratitude to you all. And before I request Dr. Surbhi for a ceremonial vote of thanks, thanks to you all because you took the courage. Thanks to your principals who really wrote these elaborate notes of recognition, because something which is so very scarce is recognizing our teachers, our very tinkerers, our very thinkers who are really sculpting our future day in and day out. Before I bring in, if any of you have any comment to make, any closing, remarks to make, it's all welcome. It's a celebration of the institution of being a teacher, and India has been a knowledge society. हमारे यहाँ शिक्षकों ने, हमारे यहाँ आचार्यों ने ही सम्राटों का भी प्रणयन किया है, तो आचार्य देवो भवा. And while we are marching forward in the new year, in the new circumambulation of Mother Earth around the sun, and today, as one of you said very beautifully, that today is not the end of the week, it is the starting of a new era. Sun is the symbol of numero uno. It's perhaps the start of it all as well. So we really bow down to our acharyas, to our teachers, and they are the real foundations of Bharatiya Samaj out there. So I invite any one of you who have to just say, Ruma Chakrathi ma'am has to comment. She has raised her hand. And please come in for just 4-5 minutes of, I would say, celebration of the whole institution of teaching, and to bring it to the primacy of national discourse. That is what Rethink India's endeavor is all about. Madam Ruma Chakravarti. Yeah.
You know, while I was hearing you speak, sir, the one thing that I realized is that I am in the presence of a very august company, and my peers are here. And my peers have all said such pertinent things about education per se, and about how they go about imparting it. And I think I speak on behalf of my peers here when I say that we'd like to extend a very heartfelt thank you to you, Rethink India, and to you, Dr. Surabhi, for giving us this privilege and honor of being cited for something that we take almost as part and parcel of our lives. And I think it's very important at this moment to realize that I, for one, have had the privilege to think, to learn, to maybe unlearn and to relearn a lot of concepts that I had in my mind. This has been a wonderful spring cleaning, and I look forward to the new year to face the new challenges that are there around the corner with renewed vigor and passion and enthusiasm. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am.
Absolutely. The pleasure and privilege is ours, ma'am, entirely. And anybody else who would like to come in?
Ma'am Sumita Acharya.
No, not really. I did not raise my hand, but nevertheless, I was just getting reminded of what one of my colleagues a long time back would always tell me, that as you have noted, I am Sumita Acharya. Okay, so I am by birth an Acharya or a teacher, and never ever did I feel so honored as I felt today, because it feels so good to realize that someday you have students coming back to you and they are acknowledging you. And I have taught generations of students, and I've seen the student behavior changing over the period of time. But one thing I have always noticed, that that keenness to know a little more, and be joyful during the teaching learning sessions. So that has kept the child in me alive. And that is the reason why I feel that, I feel so blessed that I chose this profession. Long time back, probably, people, when I started my B.Ed classes, the first lecture that our professor said that, have you joined or taken this taken up this course by choice or because you have not got any other option? Uh, at that point in time, there was definitely a question in my mind. Really, did I take up something which is by choice or by chance? But now, over the 20 years that I have been into teaching, I feel it is one profession that has kept me rooted to my childhood and kept me connected to my childhood. And that is why, because the child is alive in me, I have this, I'm ever hungry to know more and do more and contribute more to education. Thank you.
Thanks a lot, ma'am. Thanks a lot. I think this is the sum and substance of being an educator and being a child, like I would say, repertory all through the life. That charm of learning, kautuhal jo hai, which keeps us young all the while, and it really the smile on your face, the presence of a teacher, it really brings that joy. And as Asit Maiti sir presented so very jocularly, so very lovingly, that I bring a smile to the faces of my students. So with this, I invite Dr. Surbi to present the vote of thanks, formal vote of thanks, and we would wrap up today's commemoration. Yeah.
So I take this opportunity on behalf of Rethink India to thank all our distinguished and esteemed faculty members from schools all over the country to have graced this occasion and accepted this felicitation, the spirit of noble nurturing teachers. And I feel that as faculty, as teachers, you are igniting and inspiring the young minds and, making way, paving their way to march ahead with the full vigor, enthusiasm, and confidence. And the teacher essentially is, as we say, Acharya Devo Bhava, is somebody to be venerated, somebody who leads you to God, who leads you to enlightenment. And we take this opportunity on behalf of Rethink India to once again thank our faculty members and the various school principals to have recommended such distinguished faculty and teachers to this ceremony, and wishing you all a very happy and a prosperous and a fulfilling new year ahead, and to take away ahead this torch of light of igniting and inspiring young minds further and further. Once again, thank you.
Pranams to all of you, and with this we would give this ceremony a closure. Namaskar. Namaskar.